Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to A Course in Miracles workbook exercise for day 4. We are now moving a step away from the previous 3 exercises. So instead of just focusing on what it is that we see in front of us, we are now going to move into our mind. So for this exercise, it is recommended to not repeat these for more than 3 or 4 times during the day. So I think that you can do 2 times, but you can do 3 or 4, but no more than that. There is not a specific time given for how long to do this exercise, but to begin the exercise, you are going to allow yourself to think. You are going to allow yourself to think for only a minute and no longer. Then after that, you are going to have a thought put onto that thought. And this may be longer, depending. So it will be about a minute that you should spend on this exercise. So what we are going to do is have the thought, these thoughts do not mean anything. They are like the things I see in this room or on the street from the window in this place. So again, be specific. So we are going to observe the thought that you are having. Do not force yourself to focus on negative thoughts or positive thoughts. You are going to just take whatever thought you are having without trying to control what that thought is, and allow this thought about whatever that is does not mean anything. It is like the things I see in this room. So if I sit here, okay, my mind went to the rain. And yes, I am not thinking about this for a full minute, but I could. Let's see. So I have, that is rain. The rain sounds nice. It sounds like music. Music uplifts my soul, my spirit. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. So this actually shifted into 2 things, right? So I could do this. I could have the 2 different thoughts that I add on top of the thoughts that I was having. So I could say, this thought about rain does not mean anything. It is like the things that I see in this bedroom. This thought about music does not mean anything. It is like the things I see in this room. But if that is too difficult to begin, just go with the main focus. So I begin with rain. My thoughts are on rain. So do your comment on the rain. With the importance with these exercises is to not try to push it too much. As humans, we tend to get really focused on getting to a goal, and this is about a shift. And a shift cannot happen too quickly. We cannot push something to shift. A shift just clicks. So it is important to take things at our own pace and to not force them. And as I said, we do not want to try to focus on only the negative or positive thoughts. As it says, which is very meaningful, it says, do not be afraid to use good thoughts as well as bad. None of them represents your real thoughts, which are being covered up by them. So what we're doing is trying to separate the observation of what is meaningless, which is coming from outside of ourselves, from the meaningful, which are the real thoughts that we have on the inside that we do not recognize. The good ones are but shadows of what lies beyond. And shadows make sight difficult. The bad ones are blocks to sight and make seeing impossible. You do not want either. So when we have bad, negative thoughts, they are clouding it so that we cannot see the sunlight of the true inner positive thoughts beyond that. But when we have our positive thoughts, They are a reflection, a shadow. They are not the full depth of what is truly inside of us. This is a major exercise and will be repeated from time to time in different form. The aim here is to train you in the first steps toward the goal of separating the meaningless from the meaningful. It is a first attempt in the long-range purpose of learning to see the meaningless as outside you and the meaningful within. It's the beginning of training your mind to recognize what is the same and what is different. So it does also say, do not examine your mind for more than a minute, because that makes a bold statement. It says that you are too inexperienced at this point to avoid becoming pointlessly preoccupied. So what I think that they mean there is that we've not escaped our thoughts enough, that if we go into them for more than a minute, we will become trapped within those thoughts and forget what it is that we are doing. So from this, we are being mindful of our thoughts and then separating ourselves from those thoughts. So in a way, it is a form of meditation.